should have done. Should. We use should for giving advice. You should speak to him about it. He should see a doctor. We should ask a lawyer. We use should to give an opinion or a recommendation. He should resign now. We should invest more in Asia. They should do something about this terrible train service. Should expresses a personal opinion and is much weaker and more personal than must or have to. It's often introduced by I think. I think they should replace him. I don't think they should keep the contract. Do you think we should tell her? Should is most commonly used to make recommendation or give advice. It can also be used to express obligation as well as expectation. Examples. When you go to Berlin, you should visit the palaces in Potsdam. Recommendation. You should focus more on your family and less on work. Advice. I really should be in the office by 7 a.m. Obligation. By now, they should already be in Dubai. Expectation. Using should in present, past and future. Most modal verbs behave quite irregularly in the past and the future. Study the chart below to learn how should behaves in different contexts. Modal use. Should. Recommendation. Advisability. Positive forms. Present, past and future. 1. People with high cholesterol should eat low-fat food. 2. Frank should have eaten low-fast food. That might have prevented his heart attack. 3. You really should start eating better. Negative forms. Present, past and future. Sarah shouldn't smoke so much. It's not good for her health. 2. Sarah shouldn't have smoked so much. That's what caused her health problem. 3. Sarah shouldn't smoke when she visits Martha next week. Martha hates when people smoke in her house. Should obligation. Positive sentences. I should be at work before 9 o'clock. We should return the video before the video rental store closes. Should can also express something between recommendation and obligation. Be supposed to expresses a similar idea and can easily be used in the past or in negative forms. Negative forms. No negative forms. Should expectation. Positive forms. 1. Susan should be in New York by now. 2. Susan should have arrived in New York last week. Let's call her and see what she is up to. 3. Susan should be in New York by next week. Her new job starts on Monday. Negative forms. 1. Susan shouldn't be in New York yet. 2. Susan should have arrived in New York until yesterday. 3. Susan shouldn't arrive in New York until next week. Structure of should. The basic structure for should is subject plus auxiliary verb should plus main verb. Note that the auxiliary verb should is invariable. There is only one form, should. The main verb is usually in the base form, he should go. Look at the basic structure again with positive, negative and question sentences. He should work. You shouldn't go. Should we help? Note that the main verb is sometimes in the form have, plus past participle. He should have gone. Be plus ing. He should be going. The main verb can never be the to infinitive. We cannot say he should to go. After should, you use the base form of the infinitive, verb without to. For example, go instead of to go. Should plus verb, base form of infinitive. For example, you should go now. Do not say you should to go now. Should. 1. To give advice, a recommendation, or a suggestion. This is to say that it is the right thing to do, or the correct thing. Does your tooth still hurt? You should make an appointment with a dentist. I think you should study for the test so that you don't fail. Your hair is too long. You should get a haircut. You really should go to the new restaurant on Main Street. 2. Expresses that a situation is likely in the present. Mary should be at home by now. Give her a call. He should have the letter by now. I sent it a couple of weeks ago. 3. Expresses that a situation is likely in the future. Prediction. They should win the game because they are a much better team. I posted the check yesterday, so it should arrive this week. It should be fine tomorrow. 4. Expresses an obligation that is not as strong as must. Sometimes should is used instead of must to make rules, orders, or instruction sound more polite. This may appear more frequently on formal notices or on information sheets. On hearing the fire alarm, hotel guests should leave their room immediately. Passengers should check in at least 2 hours before the departure time. You should never lie to your doctor. You should pay more attention in class. You should be at work before 9. All of the above example sentences can have must instead of should, making the obligation stronger and less polite. 5. Were expected in the past but didn't happen. Should plus have plus past participle. This expresses the idea that the subject didn't fulfill their obligation in the past or didn't act responsibly. You should have given your boss the report yesterday when he asked for it. I should have studied more, but I was too tired. 6. Not fulfilling an obligation. Should plus be plus verb plus ing. This expresses the idea that the subject is not fulfilling their obligation or is not acting sensibly. You should be wearing your seatbelts. The person isn't wearing one right now. We should be studying for the test. We are not studying right now, and we should. 7. Sometimes should is replaced by ought to without a change in meaning. Note that ought to sounds more formal and it's used less frequently. You ought to study more. That means you should study more. He ought to go home. He should go home. You ought to stop doing that. They should stop doing that. Shouldn't. We use shouldn't to advise not to do something, usually because it's bad or wrong to do. You shouldn't throw your litter onto the street. You shouldn't leave without saying goodbye. He shouldn't play with those wires if he doesn't know what he is doing. Are you tired? You shouldn't work so much. You shouldn't talk like that to your grandmother. Should have. We can use should have to talk about past events that didn't happen. I should have let her know what was happening, but I forgot. He should have sent everybody a reminder by email. They should have remembered that their guests don't eat pork. We can also use should have to speculate about events that may or may not have happened. He should have got the letter this morning. I expect she will give us a call about it later. He should have arrived at his office by now. Let's try ringing him. They should have all read that first email by this stage. It's time to send the next one. We can use should not have to speculate negatively about what may or may not have happened. She shouldn't have left work yet. I'll call her office. He shouldn't have boarded this plane yet. We can probably still get hold of him. They shouldn't have sent the report off for printing yet. There is still time to make change. We can also use should not have to regret about past events. I shouldn't have shouted at you. I apologize. We shouldn't have left the office so late. We should have anticipated this bad traffic. They shouldn't have sacked him. He was the most creative person on their team. Now let's get down to practice. Should. You should travel by bus. You should read daily 2 hours for your exam. You should wash your clothes yourself. Everyone should be assembled in conference room at 9 a.m. next day. Should have. I should have chosen Moscow State University. They should have traveled by train instead of bus. She should have told the truth. Now let's have some trial test. You have to choose right answer. You missed a great party last night. You to come. A. Should come. B. Should have come. C. Should be coming. D. Should have been coming. E. Should have been come.